Got to give the people, give the people what they want. I'm back. Moving on to our next unit is quadratics. And we're going to talk about the key features. This one's going to give you a bit of vocabulary so you're ready to jump in there and get it cracking. Alright? So, recognize that we have studied two different types of functions so far. We've studied linear functions. That's where y equals something times x to the first power. Notice x is to the first power. Anytime x is to the first power, that creates a line, a linear function. Alright? Next, we studied exponential functions. Y equals something to the power of x. That's what we just finished. Anytime that happens, it creates this exponential graph. I don't know if it has a special name. If it does, I don't know it. Look, I'm sorry. Alright? But then, now what we're moving on to is quadratic functions. And quadratic functions happen when y equals x and it is being squared to the second power. Alright? And so these create this type of graph, which is called a parabola. For those of you who were in Algebra 1 last year, we studied a bit about these last year, but we got to step it up to another level this year with our parabolas, all right? So you want to get all that down. And we are going to talk about what are some of the key features now just of quadratics and parabolas. All right, so you're going to draw a nice x and y axis. Is going to be pretty big. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put something right. No, we're not going to put it right there, actually. We're going to go through 1 and 3. So here's our parabola. Okay? All right. So key features I need to know. 1, this point right here is called the vertex. All right? That's the point where it basically changes directions, right? It starts from going this way, going this way. It's like the high point or the low point. The vertex is also the maximum or the minimum. All right? So in this case, this vertex is the minimum because it's the lowest point. If this was going this other way, it'd be a maximum, which is the highest point. So you need to know vertex. Ooh, there's one more thing you need to know. Let's keep this one going. Let's keep this one going. Okay? We have this point here and this point here. These are our x-intercepts. I have an x-intercept there and an x-intercept right there. Okay? It's a place where it crosses the x-axis. It's a place where the parabola crosses the x-axis. There's a big thing you need to learn about the x-intercepts. You should already know this, but in an x-intercept, the y value is always 0, right? So this would be the point. This x-intercept is the point 1, 2, 3, 0. X, y. My y value is always 0 at the x-intercept. This would be the point 1, 0. Okay? So we have x-intercepts, boom. We have vertex. We did maximum and minimum. They go along with the vertex. There's this imaginary line that cuts straight through the vertex. This imaginary line is called the axis of symmetry, right? There's an actual line here, that's why it's dotted. It's imaginary, but it basically is a mirror image on both sides. It kind of like cuts it in half, and it always goes right through the vertex. So that imaginary line is called your axis of symmetry. And the other thing that you need to know is, this was a terrible drawing, but we'll say right here, where it crosses the y-axis, is your y-intercept. And you need to remember that for a y-intercept, the x value is always 0. Okay? Hopefully yours look a little bit neater than mine. I'm trying to freestyle this and do it pretty quickly and not make it take really long. but those are some of the key features that you need to know about a parabola. You're going to draw one more thing, and then we're literally about to be done. The only other thing that you need to know is this. So let's just draw an x and y axis, and let's draw a parabola that looks like this. Let's draw another x and y axis, and let's have a parabola that looks like this. Okay? Here's your vertex. It's a minimum. And this, the fact that it's pointing upwards, is called concave up. Crazy, right? It points upwards. Concave up. This one, here's your vertex. It is a maximum. And this one, because it's pointing downwards, is called concave down. Those are your key features. It's not rocket science, so I want to make sure that you have it. You're going to need this vocabulary for the activity that we do on Monday. That's it. Do I have any shouts for this week? I think I might be shoutless. I mean, you know, people don't want shout outs anymore. I'm just going to look right here, shout outs. Yeah, I'm out of shout outs. I think I already gave Graydon a second shout out, so what am I going to do? All right, so there it is. Bass, I'm out. See you Monday.